Everyone deserves the right to be physically and mentally healthy. It's why the UN have made good health and well-being for all a global priority. Health is defined in a variety of ways. When we get a checkup with a doctor, things like our weight, our behavior, and our genetics are important. We measure the health of communities and nations by talking about things like life expectancy, number of doctors and nurses, mortality rates, and the cost of medicine. But what does a healthy country look like? If you want to live beyond the age of 80, you should think of moving to Italy, one of the largest countries in Europe. It's officially the healthiest country in the world. Why is that? Italians live on a healthy Mediterranean diet consisting of fresh fruit, vegetables, fish, dairy products, olive oil, and red wine. They eat pizza too, but everything in moderation. Italians have access to free healthcare, clean water, and education. And the number of doctors working there is high, but it's not the same everywhere. Unhealthy habits can have a negative effect on our health and well-being. When we eat unhealthy foods, drink too much alcohol, and smoke cigarettes, we can become sick with non-communicable conditions like obesity and heart disease. But our health and well-being is also subject to change from external forces. Unhealthy infrastructure, like poor sanitation and lack of clean running water, can lead to the spread of communicable diseases like malaria, diarrhea, and flu, some of the leading causes of death in developing countries. And under-resourced, mismanaged healthcare systems can worsen the spread of non-communicable diseases because they don't have the doctors and nurses to treat patients, or the money to pay for medicine. And in countries where healthcare is not free, lots of people cannot afford to pay for the care they need. But it's not all bad news. In fact, the signs are good. Between the years of 2000 and 2015, global life expectancy increased by 5 years. That's because governments are partnering with health organizations everywhere to invest in better infrastructure, train doctors and nurses, and eradicate diseases like polio. In countries like Uganda, professional midwives are giving more women access to safe delivery during pregnancy. And in research hospitals all around the world, scientists are working on new vaccines and cures. Our health is connected to the health of everyone on the planet, because illnesses know no borders, but neither do cures. If we pay attention to our own health and well-being, we can make the world a happier, healthier, more prosperous place.
Bodies and minds are in good shape, we can do amazing things. Everyone wants to be healthy and live a long and happy life. But lots of people around the world are sick. And it's everyone's goal to make them feel better. Health and well-being is very important. When we are physically healthy, we can play with our friends, go to school, make the world a better place. Things that make us happy. But when we get sick, we feel sad. We can't do the things that we love, and we might even get other people sick too. Life isn't much fun. People all over the world get sick for different reasons. Germs spread when we don't have access to clean water and sanitation. We might consume bugs when we drink dirty water, or spread them around other people when we don't wash our hands. Bugs can carry lots of different illnesses, and when we get sick, we need medicine and trips to the doctor to make us better. But not everyone is able to access healthcare. But good people everywhere are helping to invest more money and make the world more fair and equal. Scientists are discovering new medicines. Doctors and nurses are using technology to help more patients. And contagious infections are being cured. There are things you can do too. Simply by taking care of your body and reminding your friends to wash their hands, you can make your community stay healthy. We can all make the world a healthier place.
health and well-being are influenced by the settings in which we live. By 2030, 2/3 of humanity will live in urban areas. Cities provide an excellent opportunity for local governments to protect and promote health at many levels. 23% of deaths are caused by environmental factors. In fact, more than 90% of the world population is exposed to air quality levels that do not meet the recommendations of the World Health Organization. Some 235 million people currently suffer from asthma. It is the most common non-communicable disease among children, and urbanization is associated with an increase in asthma. 39% of adults are overweight. Obesity is one of the biggest health problems worldwide, and living in urban areas contributes to sedentary lifestyles. Health is not only about medical and clinical services such as hospitals. It is about including health directives in all policies. Cities can be designed to provide well-being and care. Thus, many local governments are already taking actions to bring about health benefits by raising awareness in communities for prevention and to promote healthy lifestyles, improving services including basic health services, waste management, hygiene in food chains, and water and sanitation, putting people at the center of urban and transport planning, responding to the needs of all citizens, promoting connectivity in diverse neighborhoods, and improving the quality and safety of public spaces to favor mental health, physical activity, and social cohesion, improving road safety and managing traffic to reduce injuries and casualties, protecting common goods such as soil, water, air, and the natural environment in an integrated way across sectors. The Sustainable Development Agenda, including SDG 3, is about ensuring healthy living, fostering well-being for all people at all ages, and promoting indicators to monitor progress. This can only be achieved through local action.
Knowledge is the key to open many doors in life. When we have access to good quality education, we can use it to become whatever we want: an astronaut, a chef, a doctor. No matter who we are or where we live, when we learn new skills and ideas, our minds grow. And when that happens, we can invent new things that benefit lots of different people. Good education is possible when there are enough teachers, when every student has books and computers and supplies, and when schools are safe and clean. But not every student has the same opportunities to learn. In some countries, girls can't go to school because only boys are allowed to attend. In others, they have responsibilities at home, so they can't go to school. And in some communities, there isn't enough money to pay for important things like teachers, books, and computers. So the number of students in each class is high, meaning not every child gets the education they deserve. But good people everywhere are working hard to make quality education accessible to everyone. In Tanzania, 51% of the population are children, but few attend kindergarten. So the charity Children in Crossfire is giving parents learning materials so they can prepare their kids for primary school at home. In Singapore, government values teachers very highly, so they are paid well for their work and given lots of training to become even better. Together, we can make quality education a reality for everyone, everywhere.
Everyone deserves the right to a quality education, with access to trained teachers, learning resources, and opportunities beyond basic literacy and numeracy skills. When we learn about the world around us and our place in it, we can create a world where everyone is equal. But while more students have access to school than ever before, the quality of the education varies widely across the world. That's why the UN have made quality education for all one of their 17 Sustainable Development Goals. When children are able to learn, they grow to provide for themselves and become valuable members of their community. Through education, their minds and imaginations evolve. They become creative, analytical, and empathetic, and are given the best possible start in life. In some parts of the world, lots of money is spent on making sure that schools have access to the internet, computers, books, and everything they need to help students learn. In the 1940s, Costa Rica ended their military program and decided to spend that money on education, leading to a literacy rate of almost 98%. These countries not only believe that education forms the cornerstone for democracy and modern society, they also have the resources to invest in this commitment. Have you ever thought about what it would be like if you couldn't go to school? All around the world, millions of children and adults are starving for education. They are refused access to information they cannot afford to learn. And some have to leave school to earn money for their family. All the schools they do have don't have enough materials. The class sizes are too large, and there is a shortage of teachers. Thankfully, good people everywhere are working together and progress is being made. Global literacy levels have risen 17% in the last 30 years, and projects like E-Rate in the US are connecting rural schools to the internet. The UN are working with governments and charities to build schools and libraries in developing countries and provide safe spaces where students can learn about creating sustainable lifestyles that help the planet and develop technical and trade skills for future employment. We can continue this great work together and achieve quality education for all by 2030.
Ano ba ang mga pangarap mo sa buhay?
Marami, tulad ng army. Two, three,
Okay.
go.
Sabi mo, gusto mo maging army, anong nangyari?
Only 40% of Filipino high school graduates have the financial capability to proceed to college.
Quality education is important. Quality education reduces poverty, fosters economic prosperity, changes attitude to empower women, and improve health.
10% of the 39.2 million Filipinos aged 6 to 24 were out of school youth. 6 to 14 years old who are not attending formal school, and family members 15 to 25 years old who are currently out of school, not gainfully employed, and have not finished college or post-secondary course.
Education liberates the intellect, unlocks the imagination, and is fundamental for self-respect. It is the key to prosperity and opens a world of opportunities, making it possible for each of us to contribute to a progressive, healthy society. Learning benefits every human being and should be available to all.
Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Paulo Freire said, "Education doesn't change the world. It changes the people that are changing the world." Investing in a quality education is the basis for improving people's lives and contributing to sustainable development and ensuring sustainable economic and social growth. Despite the great progress already achieved, discrimination and poverty still maintain many people far from a quality education. We should ensure the right for the education of vulnerable people, eradicate illiteracy, and promote an education based on human rights. Does it seem impossible to you? Then you should find out about the story of Malala Yousafzai, who, after suffering a terrorist attack on a bus that was taking her to school in 2012 when she was 15, started her fight. Her fight for women's right to a basic education became so strong that she received international support. She now directs a chain of schools in her region, gives talks across the world, and has reached the United Nations Assembly. She received the Nobel Peace Prize when she was just 17 years old. You can go as far as you want, starting with your environment. 1. Something accessible and very satisfying is to help in a generous way teaching your mother tongue to immigrants that need to learn it. 2. Donate textbooks and school material that you don't need to education associations. Education is the basis of change, and still, 781 million adults don't know how to read and write. 2/3 of them are women. 3. Promote book crossing, exchanging books anonymously with other people in your city. This and bookshop exchanges elongates the life of masterpieces and opens our minds. 4. Encourage reading and motivate your child's education so they can discover what they are passionate about and orient them to grow in that direction. 5. Support mentoring programs or training for the unemployed. You can change the direction of a person's life at risk of social exclusion. Education also teaches people how to change the world.